Hey guys, welcome to Little Spice to My Life. This is Pragati here. I hope you all are doing well. I am doing quite well, and that is because I'm shooting this video from home. I came back to India recently, like yesterday, and so this video is about sharing my experience about the travel. As you all might have noticed, the travel has become a little problem, and you need a lot of documents to travel, and it is not hassle-free nowadays. So I thought, why not make a video on this and yeah, share my experience about it. So let's carry on. So the first thing which I would say is you should book your tickets. Okay, other than that, I would actually suggest that this video should be in two parts: the UK airport norms and the India airport norms, like what all documents are required for the UK airport and what all are required for the India airport. So yeah, following I will first tell by the UK, because we are going to travel from UK to India, this video is about. So yeah, the first one would be UK airport requirements docs. So UK airport requires mainly two documents, and first is the COVID test reports and other is the self-reporting form. So about the COVID test, you can get a COVID test done within 72 hours of your departure, and nowadays, as there is a fine if you get it done by NHS, so I would really suggest you should take the facilities with a private vendor, like Boots is offering this from like a month or something. So you can take this test from Boots and it costs you around £120, and the results also come within 24 to 48 hours. The other thing which you can do is get a self-testing kit. So yeah, that is also another option. I haven't explored it much, but people are doing that as well. I use the Boots one. So that was about the COVID negative report. The second thing is self-reporting form. So the self-reporting form is to be filled like in the airport itself. They give you when you are in the line of the check-in, and you have to fill that. That is for all passengers who are arriving in India to track that detail. So that's all for the UK airport. Really, it's just that. Just we feel it's so much, but yeah, it's just that. So guys, let's start with the Indian airport arrival procedure and norms. India usually have like three category of forms, and I'm sharing this experience with my travel from London to Delhi via Air India flight. If by any chance I haven't told you that. So yeah, those were my flight details. Those were my flight details, and that was my travel. So the first one is self-declaration form, second one is RT-PCR test form, third one is form given at the airport for passenger details. So the first two can be filled via web or during the flight as well, and the third one is to be filled at the airport after arrival. I will also mention all the sites and all the websites in the link or in the bio, so you can read from there. And so self-declaration form is just a form which you have to fill. You can fill it like manually at the flight while you're in the flight as well, or with the web. So the second one, which is the RT-PCR test, that has so many information around it. So the test is of 3400, which includes food, water and tea or refreshments, and the test takes 5 to 6 hours for result. So the payment for this could be done via online payment, which is like if you fill online. If you don't, and if you do a manual form filling, then you will have to pay at the airport. So yeah, the queue matters according to your payment. So people who have paid, they get a shorter queue nowadays because it happens quickly, and it is longer for the payment which is done manually. So other than that, the airport form, which I was telling about the passenger details, that has two copies in it. Like the form is exactly same. The first half is given to the airport authority with the passport, and the second half is given back to you with a photocopy of passport. So at the Delhi airport, they're keeping the passports. I've heard that they are not keeping the passports in Bangalore airport or any other airports. I would also like to add on the actions they are taking on the results. So for me, whole flight was tested negative, and the person is, or the passenger is allowed to go home and do a home quarantine if you are tested negative, and there is a catch in it. So Let's go with the negative one first. So the negative, total negative, is home quarantine. If you are negative and a passenger near to you is positive, like a passenger who becomes positive, people around that passenger, like 3 rows front and 3 rows back, left and right, have to quarantine for 7 days in a paid hotel facility or a government institution quarantine. And then after that they do a test, I think. I'm not sure about that, how they proceed after that. That is what I've got to know with the airport authority at that time. Other than that, now remains the two positive chances. So you can be positive with COVID, and that might lead you to a hospital quarantine for 14 days, and the test would run, and they will let you go once you are like tested negative. So those are the rules which Indian government has made. They have been very strict about it, but yeah, I think it's good enough to be strict, because we can like restrict the spread of COVID with this. So other than that, few like points which I would like to highlight, because like people have random questions and they're not getting much of help about the flights or the connections or something. So you can join a UK to India group on Telegram. It has been a very big help for me. People do share their experience in a text note, or if you ask questions, they do reply on that group, and it works a lot. So I would suggest to do that. Also, the food was available and at the airport, and I would also like to add on that hot food was served in the Air India flight. So yeah, that's not a very big of a problem. You don't have to carry much food with you. You will get it eventually. So that was all of my knowledge, guys, which I have shared. I hope you liked the video. Let me know if you have doubts, and if I would be able to clear it, I will surely do it. Yeah, one more point which I remembered in the end is, if you have a connecting flight, like if from after arriving at Delhi you're going to Bangalore or any Bhopal or Gwalior or any city if you are traveling, domestic flight doesn't need a RT-PCR test again. It's just the test which is done when you're arriving internationally for the first time. Cheers. Like, subscribe and share. Thank you.